barging their way in, climbing over each other, elbowing each other, trying to get through to the front, and it was scary. I was bashed around. It's like I was in the mosh pit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my living room. Now we are all quarantined and everybody has to stay at home because of COVID-19. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I hope that you're staying safe and you are following the government guidelines, which are based on scientific advice. So you're staying at home, you're washing your hands for 20 seconds, you're going out to shop not too regularly, and you're not bulk buying, leaving some for other people. It's hard, it's really tough times. I'm finding it tough mentally, to be honest. If I'm really honest with you, I'm finding it tough mentally. Just because I'm a really sociable person. I like to see people every day. I like to be out and about every day, doing different things, making each one of my days slightly different, and taking my baby to soft play, swimming, yoga, play dates, parks. For myself, I like to go out to the cinema. I like to go out for a bite to eat with a friend or have a cup of coffee or tea. So being at home every day doing the same thing is really hard for me. But never mind, there are much tougher situations for people, and as long as we all stay healthy and safe and make it through it, at the end of the tunnel, that's all that matters. So this will pass. Don't feel like this is forever. It will pass. If you feel like me and if you're struggling a little bit, just remember that we're all in this together. It will pass and it will all be good in the end. We're doing this for the good of all people, and trying to protect each other, ourselves, but everybody else around us as well. Let's hope that not too many lives are lost, and let's hope that we have a good summer this year. That's what I'm hoping for, that we'll actually get to enjoy the summertime, and I can't wait. Anyway, let's get into this video. So today's video is going to be about culture shocks. I did one of these videos a couple of weeks ago. It's about culture shocks which I honestly experienced when I was 14 years old, when I first came to live here in England 19 years ago. And it's not meant to offend anybody, whether you're English or Russian. It's just facts of how I felt, honestly, and what I thought. My honest thoughts. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first thing that really shocked me was, and again, I'm not going in some kind of chronological order, these are just random things that shocked me when I came over to England. Okay, washing up. So when people in England wash up, you leave soap on the plates. I don't get it. Why don't you just wash the soap off? It's like you wash, you'll have all these suds and bubbles everywhere, and then you just pull out your plates and cups and you just put them out to dry. I don't know, that's just really weird for me. I've never seen that done. Nobody does it in Russia. We always wash everything off, you know. I don't know, we wash our hair, we wash shampoo off, we wash the plates, we wash the soap off. It was really weird for me. I'm sure it's not that dangerous because clearly lots of people do it and then eat from those plates. So, but it's just something different. Like I said, it's just something that shocked me. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just shocked me. Second thing that really shocked me was how English people, or just people in England, don't dress for the weather. So for example, I'll look outside and I'll be thinking, okay, what should I wear today? Tra la la la, the weather looks kind of sunny, yeah, it looks okay, and I'll see a girl walking past, literally no hat, no jacket, just a vest and maybe even flip-flops or shorts, and I'll think, oh, that looks really warm, it must be really warm outside. And then literally a minute later there'll be somebody else walking past wearing a hat, coat and boots, and I'm shocked that I don't understand what's happening. And then there'll be a lady walking past wearing a hat and a coat, and she'll be pushing a pram with a baby who doesn't even have a hat, and once I even saw a baby with no shoes or socks. So I'm just really confused why everybody doesn't just agree. Okay, when it's cold, we dress in warm clothes. When it's warm, we all get undressed and we wear vests and dresses and shorts and stuff. Why is it that everybody just wears random stuff? It's just shocking to me, because in Russia it's hot, really hot in the summer, so everybody wears light clothes, and in the winter it's really, really cold, so everybody just agrees mentally that okay, now it's time for hats, shoes, boots, tights, coats, scarves, and everybody kind of has the same approach to it. But here it's like, oh, free for all, everyone just wears what they like, which is kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, of course it's kind of cool, but it's just confusing. So when you want to go outside, and basically don't look at other people, if you want to go outside, you don't know what to wear, literally step outside to see how you feel to see how you feel and see and decide what you're gonna wear for the day. And you know what, in England as well, days are so unpredictable. You can literally have, in one day, in a single day, you can have sun, you can have rain, you can have snow, hail, wind, and it'll be sunny again, so you never know. So basically I've got used to wearing a hat everywhere I go, which I can take off later. I take an umbrella just in case. I make sure that I wear layers so that if it gets warm I can actually undress myself, take a few layers off. So it's so unpredictable, and it was just shocking to me because in Russia it's defined seasons in Russia. If it's spring, it's spring. If it's summer, it's summer. It's really hot. It can get up to 35 degrees in some places, 40 degrees. In the winter, it can get anywhere from, I don't know, 0 to -40. So you kind of have like these defined seasons, so you kind of know exactly what to wear, and people kind of mentally collaborate. Next thing that really shocked me about England, and this is one of the things I absolutely love about England, is you guys know how to queue. That is something that I absolutely love. Bus stops, you're queuing. Shops, you're queuing. Just anywhere, you know how to queue, and you seem to enjoy it, and I love it. I'm a queuer. I remember when I used to live in Russia, there was this one particular instance where I was a child and I was waiting for a ride. I was waiting for a ride, you know, where it's like boats that go in the park, and the boats are swinging. So there was a massive load of kids that obviously all wanted to go on these boats, and I stood in the back of the queue thinking, yeah, this should take an hour or so, I'll be on it. I literally stood in this queue. There were all these kids literally barging their way in, climbing over each other, elbowing each other, trying to get through to the front, and it was scary. I was bashed around. It's like I was in the mosh pit, and I came out, I kid you not, this is not a joke, I came out about 2 hours later and I was missing all my buttons on my dress. So I was wearing this pink dress with a vest underneath, thank God, and I came out literally with my dress opened like that because all of my buttons were ripped off by all these people kind of pushing their way to the front. Oh my gosh, I didn't get to ride the boats. I lost all my buttons. I nearly lost my dignity if I wasn't wearing a vest, and I was so shocked. I said to my mom, never again, I'm never gonna try and queue for anything. Same with buses. If you try and get on the bus, again, this was 19 years ago. Maybe things have changed now. Possibly people have learned how to queue, but I'm talking about 19 years ago. You getting on the bus, again, it doesn't matter that you were first in the queue. No. People will push you out of the way. They will get on the bus, and sometimes you've waited for ages for this bus, and you may not get on it because people will just push their way on, and that's it. You might not. So basically, the moral of the story is you have to be tough in Russia. You have to really stand up for yourself and like push your way into places, otherwise you're not gonna do it. And I'm not that kind of person. That's the problem. That's why I enjoy living in England, is because I like fairness. I like everyone to kind of just behave and queue in an orderly fashion. and that didn't happen in Russia, so I am very thankful for it in England. Okay, this is another thing that really shocked me, and this is honest. Shoes in the house. Why do you wear shoes in the house? It's something that I never saw before. Again, it might have changed now in Russia, but I've never ever seen anybody come in from the outside where you're walking on the footpaths where, I don't know, dogs were pooing, cats were peeing, maybe somebody was passing drunk and they threw up on the floor. There's dust, there's bacteria, there's all these things, and you're walking on it, and then you walk into the house and like walk through the house. It just seems really unhygienic to me. To be honest, I do it a little bit now and then now, just because I've been here so long, so I'm so used to it, but in Russia you'd never see it. And I've also seen people in England like laying on the bed with their shoes on. Blows my mind. I don't know. I've just never seen it. I've never seen it in Russia. That just never happens. We just leave our shoes outside, not outside, but in the corridor, and we'll wear slippers or socks or whatever. We'll just walk through the house, but you'd never see anybody, especially on the bed, with their shoes on. So that's something that shocked me. It was really surprising, and I couldn't get my head around it. Like I said, I do it a little bit now and then, just because I'm so used to it now, but it's still something that, no, it's a no. So when we first moved into this house, because we saw that the old owners used to walk in their shoes in and out, they had a dog as well, we basically had all the carpets professionally cleaned. We got the guy to come in, and he cleaned everything, but now we've actually ripped the carpets off completely, and we just have hardwood floor everywhere. So it's actually really nice because you can really see like every speck of dust, so it's really easy to kind of clean, and you know that it's properly cleaned. Anyway, that's just something that is a personal choice. Another thing that really shocked me, but I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I really like it and appreciate it, is disabled access everywhere, which also means that access for prams is really good. So wheelchairs, prams, anybody who needs a lift is available. There are ramps everywhere, shops, buildings, blocks of flats. Basically access is everywhere. Even the paths kind of slightly sloped so that you can like roll your wheelchair or the pram, and it's smooth and it's so good, and I'm so happy that this exists here and in most of the European countries. Back in the day in Russia, there was literally, I didn't see anything like that. There were lifts, yes, there were lifts if it was a tall building, but I'd never seen ramps. I think it is changing now. I'm not 100% sure, but each time I go I see a little bit more. So I think it is changing now, but definitely 19 years ago there was no disabled access. And I'm not sure how people managed with prams actually. But I'm just super happy. We went to Romania very recently, actually, a few months ago. And Romania is beautiful, by the way. I really enjoyed it. I was so happy to be there, and I'm so happy that we went. It's not your usual sort of holiday destination that people would say, oh, I'm off to Romania for my holidays, but we did, and we really enjoyed it. The only thing is no disabled access almost anywhere. It was extremely difficult with a pram when we were pushing Mia, even just crossing the road, so I have no idea how people in wheelchairs do it. So England, well done. This thing that really was very different for me 19 years ago is dogs living in the house in England. So in Russia, dogs would be living outside in a kennel, on a chain, and there would be a sign saying beware of the dog, and basically the dog's purpose really was to be like a security guard, so a little bit of protection for the house, and that's just what I was used to, so that's kind of how I knew it and how I expected everyone else to handle having pets. But dogs here live in the house and they're treated as member of the family, and I'm actually really happy to see that. It's really nice that the dogs are so well treated. Dogs, cats and all the other animals are really well treated. You've got your vets, you've given them regular sort of checkups and proper food, and I mean, it worked in Russia as well, because the animals were healthy as far as I could tell. Like, people who had dogs, they would feed them human food. So if there was a bit of soup left over, they'd give them soup. If there was meat or just bones left over, they would give them that. And I mean, it seemed to work because they were alive and they were happy, I guess. But I don't know, here dogs just look more bouncy, and the coat is silkier. Yeah, so maybe living at home obviously does them a world of good. It's something, like I said, it's something different. I wasn't used to it 19 years ago. I've never had a dog myself. I've always been a cat lady, so I've always had lots of cats, except from the last few years because I go away a lot, and I just feel like I can't really afford to put cats in a cat hotel. Maybe later I will be able to. I'd love to have a cat again, and maybe even a dog. I'd love a dog, like especially small-ish, cute one that doesn't drool everywhere. Because that's the only thing I don't like, is the drooling dogs. But apart from that, I absolutely love dogs. They're so cute. So yeah, well done on looking after your dogs. And I very, very rarely, in fact probably never, see stray dogs in England, when back in the day in Russia, stray dogs were everywhere, on every corner, sort of looking for scraps of food. So it's really, really cool that you have all these services looking after animals and making sure that they all have a home and they're all really well looked after. Last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is being able, in England, you're able to be different and people kind of accept who you are. In most cases, I can't say 100%, but for the most part, people are not afraid to be themselves, and other people, or most people, will respect that. So anything from big things like being transgender, being gay, obviously I know disability is not a choice, but obviously other people respect that and sort of accommodate disabled people to anything. So from big things like that to small things like wearing jeans with holes in them, and or something slightly bigger like choosing not to have children, not to have a family. People just respect that because everybody's different and everybody has a different path and different timeline. It's not a race. Everybody has their life and they choose how they want to live it, and in Russia it's not quite the same. Everybody's kind of expected to follow the same path, where you go to school, college, university, you get married, you get a house, you have children, and that's kind of how it goes. So I mean, I'm sure that now it's much different to how it was 19 years ago, but 19 years ago that's kind of how it went. And I remember, like I said, even little things about what you wear. I remember I moved to England and I got these jeans that had sparkles on them, they had like flowers, and then they had holes, and they were low cut as well, so they were quite low down. And I remember I came back to Russia and I was wearing these jeans, and this granny, this old lady, randomly, I was walking through a market and she was selling things, and she called me a prostitute. She said, "Oh, you're wearing those jeans, you have holes, you can see." And I was shocked, because I was so used to now just being accepted for do whatever you like, have your hair whatever color you like, whatever haircut you like, you can shave one half, you can leave one half long, you can wear whatever clothes you like. I don't know, I like that. I really like the fact that people are not afraid to be different and people accept them for being different. And so well done, guys. That's another really good thing that you do, and it was a shock to me, but a really, really good positive shock. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy living in England. So I think that's it for this video, you guys. I really enjoyed making this video. I'm so sorry that I didn't make one last week. It was just a little bit too much with the whole being locked in the house situation. So now I'm feeling much better and I'm ready to make videos again, and I'm so happy to see you guys. I hope to see you next week again. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!